Explore how you can be fully alive, becoming the man God intended. This is On Target with Vince D'Acchioli.
Hello, Vince D'Acchioli here, founder of On Target Ministries. I want to welcome you to On Target Institute. Our vision? Building men of godly character, men who ultimately will live a life that demands an explanation. As we roll out our Men on Target curriculum, I want to tell you a little bit about what you're going to be exposed to in session 1. The title is Character Defined, Are You Aligned? I have said over the years that I believe men are struggling with what I call moral schizophrenia. That's truth learned on Sunday that cannot be applied on Monday. Why? Because if I take the truth of the Word of God and I go to work on Monday morning, if I don't compromise, I might not get that promotion. In fact, I could lose my job. The struggle is that we're not properly aligned. And we're going to talk about that. Godly character, it's been said, is a one-to-one relationship between my Bible, my beliefs, and my behavior. The Bible forms the foundation of my life. It informs my belief system or my core values, and ultimately I should be behaving consistently with that. The problem today is that compromise is everywhere. I want to ask you to please join us as we explore these important principles.
The following session is from the Men on Target Small Group Curriculum.
Our session 1 is what we're going to enter right now, and the title is Character Defined, Are You Aligned? Where are men today? I want to start with that. I believe men today are suffering from what I call moral schizophrenia. Moral schizophrenia is truth learned on Sunday that cannot be applied on Monday. Here's what I mean by that. What is the takeaway here? Well, if my life is not properly aligned, then two things are going to happen every time. One, my ability to reflect who Jesus is will be limited. And number two, I will have difficulty holding up under life's pressures. Okay? Now let's move to life application. And this is the important part for you now. We're getting into our discussion questions. Number 1, how would I rate my current state of alignment? Number 2, am I willing to make a commitment right now to stick to a process for change? And finally, number 3, what are some practical things I can do to start this process? My prayer is that in your time together, in your discussion times with other men, that God will visit you powerfully and help you understand the things that you need to do. For now, don't forget about it.
Vince will be right back with another teaching from the Men on Target curriculum.
Men on Target Small Group Curriculum Volume 1 is now available on DVD. You can personally study or perhaps share with family and friends his life-changing study series. Vince D'Acchioli shares powerful and challenging 12-minute video sessions followed by insightful, thought-provoking discussion starters. This foundational module covers topics like who is God? The God who is versus the God I want. What does God want from me? The 3 unalterable facts and how to really experience and know God. Volume 1 is the first 8-session module of the Men on Target video curriculum. This interactive DVD set is built for easy facilitation in a small group setting and is also ideal for personal study and reflection. Order your Men on Target Volume 1 DVD set for only $25 at www.otm.co. That's otm.co. Order your set today.
Now, another teaching from the Men on Target Small Group Curriculum.
In our last session, we talked about godly character. In this session, the title is going to be, Who is this God? I think that's a good question. A lot of people are confused about who this God really is. I like to use an illustration that I think most of you will resonate with. This, of course, is a cell phone. Almost everyone today has a cell phone. But I don't know that you really sat down and thought about all the different incredible things that this cell phone can do. It is amazing. I mean, with this phone, I have every appointment that I've ever had for the last probably 10 years. Every appointment I ever will have for the rest of my life are on here. I've got thousands of contacts. Number one, What has my view of God been? It'd be a good time for you to really think about that and talk about that. Number 2, give an example of something you justified in pursuing the wrong God. In other words, look at my story and think about some things from your past that you may have done that were similar and talk about it. And then finally, number 3, how has this session helped me better understand who God is? Guys, I pray that God blesses you in your discussion time. Okay, let's review. In this program, we talked about 2 very important things. Our first session was character defined, are you aligned? We talk about how godly character is a one-to-one relationship between my Bible, which is the foundation upon which my life ought to be built, which informs my belief system or my core values, and that ultimately leads to my behavior, my Bible, my beliefs, and my behavior, and how important it is to be lined up. In the second part of this program, we talked about who is this God? It was a question about who is really the God of the universe, how awesome he really is, and how important it is for us to understand that. I'm really looking forward to our next program. In this program, we're going to be talking about another question. In our first part, we're going to talk about what does he want? In other words, we already discovered who he is. Now, what does he really want of us, his creation? He is an amazing God, and it would behoove us to understand more clearly what he really expects of us. In the second part of the program, I'm excited to be talking about what I call our ministry's 3 unalterable facts. Fact number 1 is that God created you for a special purpose. He knows you and created you for a special purpose. Fact number 2 is he has also equipped you with special gifts toward the satisfaction of that purpose. And fact number 3 is he simply wants us to discover what that purpose is. I'm looking forward to being with you for this important session. God bless you.
On Target Ministries is on the air thanks to the generous support of our faithful partners and friends. Your Pay It Forward gift of any amount makes it possible to get this practical discipleship teaching to men around the globe. Please send your tax-deductible donation to On Target Ministries, P.O. Box 1654, Monument, Colorado 80132. That's P.O. Box 1654, Monument, Colorado 80132.